Everything wrong with Dragon Ball, Pilaf Saga. Yeah, this show is pretty much perfect. I'm just having fun here. So with that, let's get into it.
Far away, in an enchanted land that seemed untouched by the steady march of time.
All right, let's just get a couple of things out of the way. Yes, this show is legendary. The narration, the music score are timeless. Classic by every definition. I said all that. Is there a reason Goku doesn't keep this saw as his weapon of choice? Sure, the power pole is dope, but I'd like to see an alternate version of the show where Goku brings the saw. Is there a reason we're traveling across the forest to collect firewood? Was the wood right outside his house no good? Goku has more of a performative warm-up to go up against a piece of firewood than he does Piccolo. Yo, if Goku already has the ability to break up wood with a karate chop, why do we need the saw?
I'm going to go get some food. Grandpa, stay there, okay? This won't take long.
Does Goku really check in with his grandpa every day when he leaves? I'm not an expert on the timeline here, and to be honest, I'm not even sure Toriyama is, but Goku's what, 12 now? And I believe grandpa died when he was 8, so we've been doing these check-ins for the last 4 years? Yo, hold up. Goku is definitely scared here. Goku will go on to tell us that he's fearless and he's never been scared in his life, but he is genuinely scared in this moment.
So, kid, what's your name anyway?
My name is Goku. What's yours?
Bulma.
Yo, legendary moment here in all of anime. Because of this meetup, all the rest of Dragon Ball can happen.
Oh my goodness! It's a Dragon Ball!
This is the only thing that my grandpa gave me to remember him by.
The only thing? You mean besides your clothes, the power pole, and your house?
I'm ready to make my wish.
Sir,
What?
You can't make a wish with just one ball. You have to have the others as well.
Hold on. Pilaf thought it only took one Dragon Ball to make a wish? And this was his reaction to finding that Dragon Ball?
I'm ready to make my wish.
Bro, are you really so nonchalant about getting a wish?
There are 7 Dragon Balls, sire. You have to unite all 7 of them before the dragon will appear and grant your wish.
How is it that Mai had the knowledge on this and not Pilaf himself? This ignorance would have played a lot better coming from Shu, and then Pilaf and Mai correct him.
More searching.
More searching? Y'all hardly searched. The ball was literally on a velvet pillow. Sorry, Pilaf. This will go on to be the easiest find in the history of the show.
I can't believe that I already have 3 of the balls. If I keep this up, I'll be able to wish for a boyfriend by the end of the month.
I feel like a lot of you are expecting me to comment on this. 10 years ago, I'd be right there with you, but honestly, this makes a lot of sense. Bulma's a genius and the daughter of a trillionaire. There's almost nothing she can't have. For someone like her, dating would be challenging. No one can match her intellect or wealth. You already have everything else. Getting the Dragon Ball to create the perfect partner actually makes a lot of sense, especially from a 16-year-old's point of view.
Hey, I know. Why don't you come with me? We can be partners. What do you say?
This is one of the most important events in all of Dragon Ball, but it's also one of the most inorganic. Goku's saying no, he doesn't want you to use the Dragon Ball. So the compromise is that he travels with you? Also, Goku, you're so attached to the Dragon Ball because your grandpa owned it and you don't want to be separated from it, but you have no issue up and leaving the house?
Well, here we go. The start of a great adventure.
All right, last time I'm gonna bring it up, but these are just all legendary lines being read one after another without anyone even knowing it. All of Dragon Ball, all of Z, all of Super stems from this line.
Are you a friend of Bulma's?
Yeah, that's it. As a matter of fact, we have fancy dinner engagements.
Take this, you mean old bully!
How is it what he's doing to Bulma any different than what you did to that fish a few minutes ago? He's gotta eat, same as you.
Too bad. I really don't like to hurt anybody, but he gave me no choice.
Gave you no choice? Bro, you shattered his neck. I feel like if you wanted to be nice about it, you could have smacked his talon and freed Bulma instead of killing him.
Bulma, stop! I just saw a snake. That ought to tide us over until dinner.
Come on, a snake? Goku, you're gonna eat that and want more. Like, how is that gonna hold you both over till dinner?
I have my dino caps, remember?
Don't tell me you have a tent in one of those things, Bulma.
A tent? Later, Goku won't know what a suitcase is, but is aware of tents.
No way it moves. That means it's real.
I feel like Bulma is so much more alarmed with Goku's tail than she was with his ability to pick up and throw a car, stop bullets with his skull, and break the neck of a pterodactyl with his magic stick.
That means it's real.
Also, can I just add, we live in a world where there's humans, animals, and human animals. How is a boy with a tail a strange thing?
I just know that all boys have them.
Maybe he's right.
Nope, there's no way Bulma, with all of her knowledge, isn't confident in her basic understanding of human anatomy.
My grandpa was a very odd fellow, you know.
Haha, but compared to who? You've known one person your whole life.
A bath sounds so wonderful.
Bulma says this line like she's been roughing it for months, but she hasn't, or at least she shouldn't have been. It's not like she stumbled upon this camp setup. She has access to a bath literally at all times in her pocket.
It's about time I got a little bit of privacy.
Bulma, I'm hungry.
Bulma, I'm hungry. I get we're trying to have a funny moment, but Goku's been on his own for several years now. Why would he be asking for food like a needy toddler? When this dude gets hungry, he just goes out and hunts. If you wanted a funny moment here, I'd have had Bulma say, "Finally, I get some peace and quiet." And then Goku busts in with a cooked snake or a lizard for her. Same level of funny, but fits his character better. If you've read any level of Dragon Ball trivia, you know Toriyama was heavily inspired by Star Wars. You know, like Cloud City, Korin Tower, but no one mentions the transitions.
I can't rule the world with one ball. Can you understand that?
How can one person rule the whole thing?
Well, you have to be able to delegate, Shu, and I've always been good at telling other people what to do. Bossing people around is one of my strong points.
So as a kid, I really hated these guys, but as an adult, these are some of my favorite moments.
Uh-oh.
And then you get moments like this. Ugh. This show is pretty much perfect except for things like this.
A deep cover agent of ours landed in a place known as Skull Valley. He reported seeing a mysterious light with a bright glow.
I'm confused. How staffed is this organization?
We need a disposable agent like you on this mission, Shu. Now go get me a Dragon Ball.
Disposable? As far as I can tell, he's one of 2 people on your payroll.
Oh, yuck, this bread stuff doesn't have any flavor.
Doesn't have any flavor? Were you cooking with spices before this? As far as I can tell, you burnt your meals to a crisp. This should be the most flavorful dish you've ever had.
I'm going to go get some food that will make me big and strong.
You might wind up being food yourself if you're not careful out there.
Bulma, I appreciate your concern, but this dude's been living on his own forever. Not to mention, he took a bullet to the head and lifted your car. To quote Shrek, Goku is literally the scariest thing you're gonna find in the forest.
Wow, slim picking so far.
Slim pickings? Didn't you just hear that wolf? I know you can hunt that down. Anyone that's seen the show is gonna know what I'm talking about. It's like Goku can smell anything and track anything. It's like, what do you mean slim pickings? You know, that wolf just howled. Like, you should be able to be on top of it in seconds based on the Goku that we know.
A bird.
Goku is too old and way too experienced to think that this is a bird. Of course, I get it, he wouldn't know what a plane is, but with how noisy it is and it being out at night, come on, Goku knows that's not a bird.
There's Skull Valley.
Can we go back now and just say that we went? Geronimo! Oh,
Shao, be quiet.
sorry.
Come on.
Bro, are you scared or not?
Bulma, are you serious about not eating?
How is it that Goku can ride the Nimbus Cloud? Goku just murdered 100 wolves with the intention of eating one?
I don't know what planet this kid's from, but it's not Earth.
I love the little details they added later in the dub. Really makes the alien Saiyan stuff that comes later feel really cohesive.
Well, if we're so pressed for time, why did you just spend the whole morning in front of the mirror worrying about your hair?
The whole morning in front of the mirror and her hair looks like this?
so that they can help a lost turtle find its way back to the sea.
Yo, did the pterodactyl just turn and look at the camera? Is this the only time that happens?
There it is, Goku! I found it!
Hold on, is that all it took to get to the ocean? It's only been a few minutes. Bulma acted like this was a big to-do and way out of their way. You'd have thought this was gonna be a couple episode journey, but nope, literally just a few minutes.
There was a slight problem with the information, sire. It was bogus.
No, it wasn't bogus. The report was that there was just a strange glow.
Just before he left his spy plane, he reported seeing a mysterious light with a bright glow.
Was the light a Dragon Ball?
We don't know, sire.
Y'all are the ones that took the massive leap that it could be a Dragon Ball.
The hotline.
Who the f is calling Pilaf's hotline? Why don't we ever see any of these people?
Another Dragon Ball. An old hermit named Roshi has it. No one's even guarding it.
Okay, a lot to unpack here. 1, how staffed is your team that you have rogue agents covering the planet? 2, who would go to Roshi's island to look for a Dragon Ball? And 3, how would that agent know Roshi's name but not know who he is? The report was that there was a Dragon Ball and no one's guarding it. Except it's attached to the most powerful warrior on the planet. Like, how do you know his name, but not know who he is? As the series continues, Roshi's shown to be as famous as Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan. So to say it's unguarded is insane.
We'd better be careful. Could be another bum steer.
Another bum steer. First off, the last one wasn't a legit report, or even claimed it was a Dragon Ball. That was y'all. Second, it sounds like this person actually saw the Dragon Ball.
You've never come with us on a mission before.
You keep screwing up.
Keep screwing up. Y'all have a Dragon Ball. It sounds like they at least did something right once. The only on-screen blunder they had was coming back empty-handed after inspecting that mysterious glow. This is a plane, right? Why is it taking off vertically? This should have just been a helicopter or something more futuristic looking. Maybe something Star Wars themed?
Sorry I kept you waiting. I had to go get my master.
Well, hello there, kids.
Such a legendary moment. Goku meeting his first master. Yes, Bulma kicks off the adventure part of Goku's life, but Roshi has to be credited with Goku's interest in martial arts and really demonstrating for him what someone can achieve through hard work and determination.
I have a gift I want to give you as a token of my gratitude.
Magic carpet?
What in the world is a magic carpet?
It's a carpet you can sit on and fly anywhere you want.
A magic carpet would be dope in our world, but in this world, there's dino caps. Sorry, but a magic carpet ain't shit.
What in the world is a magic carpet?
At the very least, you know it's magic, which as of yesterday, you were super against.
Bulma, how did you do that? You're some kind of a witch, aren't you?
But I guess you're excited now?
The other option is the flying Nimbus, but am I really ready to part with it?
Why are you more willing to part with a magic carpet than the flying Nimbus? They pretty much sound the same to me, except Nimbus has the caveat of only letting those with a pure soul ride it.
Come to me, flying Nimbus!
He's odd.
Goku, don't you shout verbal commands at your wooden stick?
There's got to be some kind of hitch. You wouldn't be giving it away.
I feel like it's pretty clear that the hitch here is that he's thankful you helped this turtle.
Eh?
Wow.
Yo, another legendary moment here. Goku receiving the flying Nimbus.
Yeah, all right, I did it.
I'm not sure I understand why Goku is so excited here. Was there a doubt that he was pure of heart?
Is there any sign of the island yet?
Sign of the island? Don't you have coordinates? Are you really flying blind?
There it is. Take her down.
Why is it that when they take off, they do it vertically, but when they come in for a landing, it much more resembles a plane? Not gonna lie, that was a hell of a landing. For this team, super impressive.
Nice house for a turtle hermit.
What is even a nice house in this world? Isn't this just a stock capsule house?
Nice house for a turtle hermit.
Yeah, I wonder if he's hiring.
The dude you work for has a f***ing castle.
You fly that thing like you've had it your whole life.
All Goku's doing is laughing. Isn't the Nimbus doing 100% of the work?
I know what I want! That thing right there that's hanging around her neck!
You sure you want this old thing? I found it washed up on my island a long time ago.
Why is Roshi pretending this is worthless? Bro, you literally are choosing to wear it as jewelry. Like you even made it into a necklace.
I guess we'll both have to take the flying Nimbus.
But didn't Master Roshi say you have to be pure of heart to ride the flying Nimbus?
I'm probably the purest person you know.
All right.
Goku says this like he knows what Bulma's impurities are. We know about the immorality of a secular world, but Goku doesn't. That's part of his innocence. So he should have no idea what an impure heart is, much less why Bulma doesn't qualify.
Pay attention to where you're going! You're not invincible, you know!
Isn't Bulma supposed to be an expert pilot? If she isn't, what's the point of these shots? Let's have her be good at stuff too. In the last 30 seconds, we've seen her have 2 out-of-control car moments and a full-on crash.
Hello?
I hope they're not in some sort of trouble.
What? Isn't Goku supposed to be the good, pure heart guy? Are you allowed to punch down doors? If this was anyone else, it would be considered villainous behavior, accompanied by evil music.
That did the trick.
Ever consider using the handle?
Or being polite or common courtesy? In what world is it okay to break down a door if someone doesn't want to answer? Okay, I get Goku's strong enough to take an axe to the head, but damn, how strong is this villager? Not only can he shatter steel, but he injured a Saiyan. How is it that this dude can't take on Oolong himself? I mean, shit, this did more damage to Goku than an automatic weapon in the first episode. Yo, Death Battle, I got your next contender, right here. I need you guys to tell me how many Zeta tons of TNT this guy exerted.
Ow!
It's just as I feared.
Just as you feared? Bro, you injured him. Just as you feared would have meant no damage.
I'd rather die than lose my daughter.
Why is the daughter wearing the hat I made in first grade when we learned about Indians? Based on this dude's fit, this is a village of farmers. So why is this white girl out here wearing an Indian feather?
Hey, I think you've got me mixed up with someone.
Okay, but he still had every right to attack. You literally broke and entered his home.
Yeah.
He could have been killed. Shame on you.
Shame on him? Nah, you. Shame on y'all.
Daughter, does that mean you're a girl?
Okay, starting now, I'm gonna start keeping a list of all the times Goku would have lost Nimbus privileges. This is the second one, with the door punch being the first one.
You're a girl, all right.
Yo, Bulma, hit him again for me and the farmer. And maybe get a couple extra shots in there too. Because honestly, what Goku's pulling here is a lot worse than whatever Oolong's trying to do.
What'd you do that for?
Yes, Einstein!
Also, for anyone with the argument that Goku's naivety is what keeps him pure, let me tell you right now that Bulma is verbally yelling at him to stop. And if that's not enough, this girl has a horrified look. Sorry, but this is indefensible.
So what does this Oolong fellow do that makes everyone so afraid of him?
He's a blackness that has descended on our village, a monster who treats us like his toys.
Well, after what Goku just did, that doesn't sound so bad.
He's a blackness that has descended on our village, a monster who treats us like his toys.
I heard this was the working description for Mr. Popo in the Dragon Ball Z Abridged series. Whoa. Later, we're gonna learn that shape-shifting doesn't affect strength, so someone please explain this.
Young lady, I have the matching one. Here it is.
Damn, she carries it on her? Does everybody? Why? It's a giant glass jewel. Why would you not just keep it on a silk pillow at home?
Would you give us your Dragon Ball if we could get rid of that Oolong creep, get the girls back, and return your village to a peaceful place again?
So earlier, Goku helps the turtle, no questions asked. Like, he sees somebody in need and helps them out. Here, Goku is seeing a village in need, but they're only willing to help him out after Bulma learns that they have a Dragon Ball that she wants. I feel like it would have been cooler if they helped the villagers out and then later learned that they also had a Dragon Ball. Another ding for Goku.
Do you think that you and that boy really have a chance to beat Oolong, miss?
You know how they say New York is a melting pot of the world? I'm gonna pass the crown over to this little village. Of like the 20 people that live here, we've got a farmer, an Indian, and someone from New Zealand.
I'm Bulma. I'm the brains of the outfit.
Yes, she's one of the smartest characters in all of fiction, at least in terms of terrestrial beings. I just wish we saw more of that in early Dragon Ball.
Would you forgive me for hitting you?
Bro, you don't gotta apologize. They should be doing this out of the goodness of their heart.
Would you forgive me for hitting you?
He smashed your door, assaulted your daughter. Why do we have the victims apologizing?
You have my blessing, young warrior.
Yo, what the is happening? How many religions are celebrated here?
You'd be totally charming if you smiled a bit more.
There's not much to smile about.
Why is Goku so upset to be wearing girl clothes? He only learned about girls and the whole gender 3 days ago. He shouldn't be embarrassed or anything. Clothes are clothes to him. Again, we're gonna go on to learn that shape-shifting doesn't change your strength. I already said this earlier, but come on, explain this. Do they rebuild this thing daily?
Oolong's in the village and he's on his way here.
All right, so census count. We got a farmer, a dude straight up from New Zealand, a young Indian girl, an Indian tribe leader, not related to the girl, and now a cowboy with more ammunition than the Red Ribbon Army.
Oolong's in the village and he's on his way here.
Did we need the scout report? Was this not already clear from the ground shaking and the villagers screaming? Why is it that when Goku and Bulma showed up, you all acted like you had a plan? It was Operation Ghost Town. But now Oolong actually does show up, and you all act like there's no plan for exactly this. Like, what the happened to the plan?
Since you're the brains of this outfit, you're going to help me, right?
Bro, the brains comes up with the plan. She already did her part. You gotta pretend like you're Pokawatha, then once you find the girls, you can attack Oolong. What part of that do you need her help with anyway?
Don't let him get a good look at your face, and remember, smile.
Hold on, Bulma. Maybe you aren't the brains of the outfit. How can there be two instructions? One of them is smile, and the other is don't let him look at your face.
Next time, I'm making the plan.
Okay, Mr. Plan, what's your idea? Go ahead and do it right now. The two things that you seem to be upset about is she's not helping you. But I mean, come on, what's she gonna do? And the other is that you're wearing girls' clothes, which, as I said before, really shouldn't bother you.
Huh? What gave me away? It was my tail, wasn't it?
What gave you away? Bro, you know exactly one fact about gender, and it accounts for 2 of the 3 Nimbus stings. You know exactly what gave you away. And if you don't, what are you feeling for?
He fools you by changing into the one thing that you want most, and in your case, that's a man.
No. He almost always turns into a monster. It sounds like he was making a one-time exception so that Pokawatha wouldn't be scared of him.
Hi, this is the bona fide 100% original me.
Whoa, did Oolong just break the 4th wall? Why? He's not saying anything we don't already know or won't figure out on our own in the next few minutes. Also, if the writers truly thought we needed this explanation, we have a terrific narrator for exactly this.
The art of transformation is a very powerful technique and should only be used responsibly to solve serious problems.
Damn, this is such a cool power. I just wish it was utilized more. Like, imagine Oolong pretending to be Android 17 or 18, since they didn't have readable energy levels. Imperfect Cell would have bought it, tried to absorb him. Or when King Piccolo wants to summon the dragon, you could have Puar pretend to be one of the balls and Oolong be the dragon. At that point, they had both seen Shenron. And then bada bing, bada boom, you pretend to grant his wish and tell him it takes a day to kick in.
What makes you think that you're any match for me?
I learned karate from my grandpa.
I have no idea what Goku learned, but it wasn't just karate.
It's our legend that an evil monster
would be toppled over by a mere boy who could dance on the clouds.
Well, I wouldn't say Goku is mere. Hold on, a rocket with fire? And earlier he made his own sight gag soup? What are the limitations here?
Look, pal, your reign of terror is over, capiche? Now tell us.
Bulma, you're really brave now that Oolong's tied up.
Goku's out here trying to call out Bulma, but literally everyone in the village was scared. Are you gonna make them feel like too?
Awesome. You don't see houses like that every day, do you? What a palace.
Yeah, it's nice for sure, but this ain't shit compared to your house in West City.
I was hoping these girls would cook and take care of my house, but they won't. All they want to do is lay around.
Don't get me wrong, I'm super relieved that the girls are okay, but bro, if you wanted all that, you should have snagged one of the old ladies.
It was a good idea to travel down this river. We're making awesome time.
Nope, no way a boat is faster than land or air. A boat is 100% the slowest and riskiest option.
How much further?
This map will tell us exactly.
Where in the world are we going?
A paper map? Why? We live in the future. We have capsules. We got a dragon radar.
This kid's crazy.
This kid's crazy? For what, swimming after you? Didn't he chase you through the sky on a cloud in the last episode?
Hey, why is all the food gone? Did you make a pig of yourself?
I love the visual gag of Goku holding a knife and fork, but when has this dude ever used silverware?
We're out of gas.
Gas? This is the future. We have dino caps. We should be way past gas.
There's no sign of him anywhere, Bulma.
Why do you care, Bulma? Really, what good is Oolong? I get that his powers are interesting and could be potentially useful, but as you noted, Goku is crazy strong and you're a genius. What more do you need?
There's no sign of him anywhere, Bulma.
I love Dragon Ball, but the pacing is rough. Twice now Oolong has escaped, Goku tries to find them, and then Bulma finds a way to trick him. Why do we care about this? We don't even like Oolong.
I knew I couldn't trust him.
Why do you think he owes you trust? You basically kidnapped and forced him to travel with you. It's not like he was pretending to be a nice guy and y'all fell for it. He's the same person we met in the last episode.
Piggy, piggy, piggy!
I hate this. I hate that in the show there's a pill that can give you diarrhea when you hear the word piggy. Like, who the invented this? Why do we live in a world where a pill like this exists, but we do not have a cure for a heart virus?
Piggy, piggy, piggy!
What sick Black Mirror episode are we living in where a world like this exists? Why did we not try to use this on Frieza or Raditz?
You're a witch! You cast a spell on Oolong, admit it!
Oh, Goku, don't be so naive. That pill was just a little bit of science.
How does that make this any less evil? No, it's not a literal spell, but it might as well be. This is so f***ed up. Goku, this is a massive red flag. You gotta balance, bro. Someone like this should never have the Dragon Balls.
Lucky for me, I brought some toilet paper along.
Bro, can't you change into something that doesn't need to wipe? Like, I don't know, a cat, dog, or pig?
I can still take a kid.
Oh, piggy, piggy, piggy!
Yo, what the f***? Goku, you were ready to fight Bulma a second ago because you thought this was a sick spell. Then she said no, it's science, which you literally don't even know what that is. For all you know, it's just another word for spell. And with just that small explanation, you're now joining in on the fun of forcing Oolong into a bowel movement. Also, let me remind you that nothing has happened in this episode besides literally tormenting Oolong. And another reason Goku shouldn't be allowed to ride in Nimbus Cloud. Yo, how can you turn into a moped but not a tank of gas?
Can't you do anything right? What do we do now, pork chop?
Which characters are we supposed to like? Just Goku? Okay.
Everyone thinks shape-changing makes you stronger than you really are, but it don't.
I'm gonna say it does. It 100% affects your strength.
I'm gonna go find us some food. Do you like bacon?
Haha, but in what world are you making bacon? Or even know what it is? A quick Google search tells me that this is labor intensive and without the right equipment, it would be a bitch and a half to make. And honestly, I don't know that you've ever actually seen a pig. I feel like your entire diet up to now has been lizards, wolves, and fruit.
Your boy, we went to Shapeshifting Academy together.
What? Shapeshifting Academy? So shapeshifting is a common ability? Or at least something that anyone can do? Okay, one, why was Bulma so amazed by it? Her reasoning for bringing Oolong was his useful ability, but she should be well-traveled enough to know that it's a common trick in this world. 2, why haven't we taught Goku this yet? He could have pretended to be an android and tricked Cell, or turned into Frieza and tripped Captain Ginyu. Or Roshi could have turned into Master Mutaito and tricked King Piccolo. Or since size isn't an issue, we could have pretended to be the dragon and tricked Frieza. Or at least pretended to be one of the Dragon Balls. All I'm saying is this is way too useful, and if it's that easy to learn, there is no reason Goku shouldn't have been taught this long ago.
Just how strong are you, Goku?
I'm super strong.
Okay, yeah, Goku is super strong, but who is he comparing this to? Grandpa Gohan was stronger than him for sure, and he's only ever met Bulma, Roshi, and Oolong since then, and Goku's only stronger than 2 of those people.
The bigger you are, the harder you fall. You may think you're looking at an easy haul here, but my man will slap you too silly before it's all said and done.
I actually kind of like Oolong doing the talking here, and I kind of wish this was carried throughout the series. Like maybe during the Majin Buu saga, Oolong turns into Supreme Kai and starts like shit talking on his behalf.
Oolong, why should I want to destroy this guy? Did he hurt somebody?
Bitch, are you dense? He just pulled a sword against you. He is literally threatening you. The actual words he said were,
"Prepare to defend yourself. Wolf-Fang Fist!"
Yo, I just realized Yamcha says Wolf-Fang Fist and then goes straight into a kick. Also, this is literally the only time the attack does jack shit, so maybe we should make it a kick.
Those fools have not heard the last of Yamcha!
It would seem that our heroes haven't seen the last of Yamcha.
This is literally one of my favorite narration moments. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. That is the first part of the Pilaf saga. Up next, we will have the rest of the Pilaf saga, so stick around for that. Thank you guys so much. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, share, comment, subscribe, the whole deal, and I will see you guys on the second part of the Pilaf saga. Thank you so much.